you to do one thing. One thing.
Like, oh my God, groom fail.
All right, guys, you know that planning a wedding and the wedding day is really not about the groom. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
But
there's a big but there.
yes, there are some responsibilities that guys are going to need and will want to do somewhat.
Participate in, right? Right, as long as they're told. I mean, a lot of guys don't even know what they're doing.
Exactly.
And they're like off in la la land until the bride is like, what are you doing? You should be doing it. You know what I mean?
Well, planning a wedding is stressful.
Right.
Planning a wedding is very stressful. And sometimes, as brides, I think they take it till, you know, they can't take it anymore and they
Right.
feel like nobody's helping.
Right.
And the first person, the person that they love,
Yes.
and the person that gets it the most is going to be the groom.
And there's things that guys like to do, like food.
Right.
All guys like food.
Oh,
right?
that's the only time we see them.
That's right. Hello, nice to meet you.
Right, what are we having for dinner? Oh, and your name was?
Right. So
You
when
know-
are we trying cake?
Yes, right. Or transportation. We'll be doing an appointment, and all of a sudden it's like, you know, how many kids between 3 to 10, and how many da-da-da, and they're just all kind of nodding off, and then all of a sudden you're like, in transportation, your getaway car, we've got a vintage Rolls Royce or Bentley. Rolls Royce or Bentley? Oh my gosh, I love Rolls Royce. I love vintage cars, and it's like, okay, well, pass him the torch. Let him have it.
I think that's the best thing. Tell the guys what you need.
Because there's a few things, I'm sorry.
No.
There's a few things that guys will get involved in,
Right.
and there's a lot of things they won't get involved with. So take it and run with it. If they want to help, let them help,
Yeah,
and be
let
supportive
them.
of their
Decisions, right?
opinions or suggestions or whatever they might be.
Yeah, don't knock it down. That's what you're saying.
That'll
Don't
work.
just, that's terrible.
Well, because they might not give a whole lot.
And they're not going to get back involved.
No.
You know, it's kind of a one shot.
Right.
Right, and if you don't have a wedding planner or somebody to tell you what their roles are supposed to be, of course you can research that on the internet. There's all these wedding planning books you can get that kind of tell you what the groom's responsibilities are, and then tell him, this is what typically the groom is supposed to do throughout the planning process. Just let me know which ones you want to do and I'll take care of the rest, or something like that.
Yeah, and it's great to tell him about his family's responsibilities
Yes.
as well, as far as paying for a wedding. Guys have no idea. So it's best to kind of lay it all on the line at first.
And it's
what
not all
they're
the same
responsible for.
anymore. I mean, it's not the bride's parents that pay for the wedding. It's a combination.
Right.
Oh yeah, we're seeing all kinds of hybrid type, you know, situations with grooms
Alcohol,
and families.
grooms, families,
Yeah.
having to pay for that now. And
Rehearsal dinners, those are a great way for the groom to step in and kind of do a whole event. You know?
Right, some of the personal flowers, transportation.
it's becoming, they're trying to make it more and more
Yeah.
half and half kind of thing.
Which is cool.
Have you guys had any experiences where the groom turns out to be a groomzilla?
Oh,
I'll leave that to Jane. She's got some recent.
I've had a few that aren't involved in the whole planning process, and then come wedding day have all these questions. They're questioning why you're doing this, questioning why you're doing that, and for us it's like, okay, well, where were you the whole planning process? And now you want to get involved? You know, you haven't been there the whole time. So that's a little bit frustrating for us as planners, because we do want to be, it's nice to have the groom involved, and it's very few and far between that you do see a groom that's actually involved. Some grooms are a little over-involved than others, than the bride, maybe.
Like they care about invitations, really?
Some grooms are like, right in there.
Well, and again, if you have a planner that can kind of reel them back in when they do those kinds of things, it of course will then relax your bride, which is essentially who you're dealing with all the time.
And that's all you really want.
Right.
A happy bride. I had a groom call me the other day, and he was so worried because obviously there was an argument or a fight, but he wasn't doing anything, and he wanted to know what he could do, which I thought was very thoughtful.
No, you transferred it to me.
And he goes, I just need to talk to my planner. I just really need to make sure everything's going okay. And I'm like, okay, hold please.
He starts talking to me, and I'm like,
transferring him
I
back.
think that you're with Jennifer.
He had no idea what to ask. He was like, so, how are things?
So how's it going? Like the big picture.
I was like, things are good. Can I help you with something? And then he just kind of confessed that he needed to help. And it was really sweet. So I gave him some suggestions, and he seemed to really like it. So.
But on the
what's the
flip side of that,
alternative?
on the flip side of that, sometimes the bride is so involved.
Yeah.
That she kind of,
Shuts him out.
shuts him out, and maybe not on purpose, but that's what's happening.
Right.
You're shutting him out because
Yeah.
you're so detailed with the planner or your florist direct or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So you are shutting him out.
Right.
Not
How many
even
girls
realizing
say it's
it.
all about me?
Right.
And it's truly not. It's
truly not.
It's
You're
about
right.
him too. It's his wedding day as well.
Yeah. So if he wants to get involved, let him get involved.
Oh, absolutely.
And then when he gets involved,
Be
Help him,
receptive.
right.
Be receptive.
Even if you don't like the idea, maybe.
ways to guide you.
That's right. We don't know how to work our girls.
Thank you, baby. I appreciate that, but I'm going to go a totally different way.
But if you want to lead in that direction, here's the torch. But just stay on task.
And as of course, you guys just saw in the skit, it's very important to have these parameters for them, or you will end up with a Pinto for your getaway car. You know what I mean? Because
Now, if that's what you want, that's okay too. But if you were expecting a vintage
Rolls-Royce.
Bentley and the Pinto rolls up, you could be getting a divorce at your getaway departure.
the cake. What was it with the cake? The cupcakes or something like that?
Oh, the groom's responsibility.
right. I had a wedding where the groom was responsible for his part, the groom's cake.
Yeah.
But he ended up doing groom's cupcakes. Well, he left them in his car when he first arrived here, and by the time he remembered and brought them out, let's just say they had no icing anymore. And his mother had actually made this beautiful display for him to put all of these cupcakes on, and we had to totally just take the ones that had the icing on and make do with what we had.
Run
And
down
he
to
felt
Publix
really
and
bad.
get icing in a can. and quick,
He's freaking out, kind of thing.
I think that's a lesson, though. I mean, give the guys something that they're going to be
But
interested
kind of
in.
keep an eye on them a little bit.
I also had a groom that was so-called responsible for the bride and her sister's shoes, and he shows up on day of with no shoes, freaking out, no shoes. So again, give him responsibilities that are doable. He doesn't know where your shoes are, and even if you told him they're right there on the counter, grab them when you leave, we all know they are not going to grab them on the counter when they leave.
Or the groom that left his mother at the hotel.
Yes.
Oh, that's
5 minutes before the ceremony.
That's
Where's your mom? I have her thing. Mom! You know what I mean? Going back to get her. And
So follow through with them.
Yes.
If you give them a task, follow through,
In a
make
nice
sure
way.
it was
Yes.
done. Right.
Hey, babe, how is the cupcake going? You should not leave them in the heat or else the icing will melt. Or, hey,
Right.
babe, it's really important that I get my shoes, and I know you're going to do a great job. And
Well, I think that on the wedding day they feel more involved. And I think that's so important that on the wedding day they feel like it was really not just her wedding, but their wedding.
That's right. And especially, I like how you said to involve the groom's family. We have brothers, and we know how it is to be on the other side of that coin, and to not know what's going on. And we're in the industry, and so for us to not know what's going on, that means they really have no idea what's going on.
No idea.
So just involving them as far as giving the groom and his family times of when they're supposed to be here for pictures, and even offering nice things like what the mother is wearing, so you can make sure her flower is matching, and that her people are taken care of. That kind of thing.
Or include the mother of the groom in your dress.
Oh,
Try dresses
absolutely.
on. It's
Absolutely.
A good idea.
Yeah.
So it makes them all
You're building that relationship not only for the wedding day, but this is going to be
The
your
rest of your
husband
life.
and
You're now becoming their family as well.
Trust me, there's a lot more important things in life other than the wedding that you're going to have to pick and choose your battles for.
absolutely.
Yes.
That's where
And
the
the
rubber
wedding is
meets
good
the
for
road.
That's
right.
It really is two families coming together.
Right.
One thing.
Glenelg Manor, rain or shine, like, we don't mind. Rain? Ew.